He is a future UFC heavyweight champion carrying New Zealand, Croatia, and Australia on his back. And we got him here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening.
Fighting out of the red corner from HBF Stadium Festival Hall, Melbourne Pavilion.
Not even backstage, we're literally outside.
Was that the best fight card in Australian MMA history?
Call me crazy, but make sure you call me when I'm right.
Welcome to the Australian MMA Podcast. My name is Mitch Tinley, and thank you for joining us on the Australian MMA Podcast. Today's guest just could have not only just picked up his first UFC victory performance of the night, he might have picked up bloody interview of the year. Absolutely love this man, the Balkan Bear, Brando Peričić, fighting out of from Adelaide, fighting out of City Kickboxing in New Zealand with the likes of Israel Adesanya and Dan Hooker, and he's of Croatian descent, and he's recently picked up a UFC victory in Perth at UFC Perth against Eli Ellison, first round knockout. And yeah, like I said, he picked up the performance of the night, $50,000, and it couldn't go on to a better man. He's a man that I've seen around for a very long time, since I think it was his Hex Fight Series 30 fight back in New Zealand. One of the best heavyweight fights I've ever seen against Randall Raymond. He unfortunately lost that bout. He actually goes on to explain why that bout was so important in his career. But Brando, I've just seen for a long time, kind of done a few little bits and pieces here and there, but never had like a full interview. And this is just a 45-minute chat of just a real deep dive into sort of what he's been into and kind of how he's sort of crafted his UFC journey. And it's really, really cool. It's really, really inspiring, both mentally, emotionally, like physically, what he went through. He's done the typical movie MMA moments of like sleeping in cars and sort of really roughing it out and putting his entire life and sacrificing family, friends, his own mental health, just to chase his UFC dream. It's really, really special. And physically, he was always going to be good. I think lately seeing kind of what he's put out there mentally and emotionally is something special. I really do think if he can kind of put it all together and the chips can fall in the right order, we very well could have a UFC heavyweight champion from Oceania, which is going to be pretty special. So, guys, before we get into the interview, Australian MMA issue 2 with the UFC welterweight champion Jack Della Maddalena is on the cover. We got signed prints, signed versions. They're great. They're actually flying out the door. It's been really, really cool. I want to thank our sponsors too, of course, Vex MMA, Combat Sports Insurance, and of course DCA MMA, which another big fight coming up for a fighter out of DCA, Anthony Drillich. He fights October 11th, Eternal MMA 99 on UFC Fight Pass. We're going to pick up the Eternal Flyweight Championship. We've got some absolute killer fights coming up. If you're into UFC, we've got George Mangos, Marwan Rahiki, Khan Offley, and some other guys with some UFC fights coming up real soon. So, guys, it's been a very long intro. Once again, like, subscribe, do what you need to do. Skip down below those chapters. You can skip to your favourite bit. Do me a favour. Please chuck me a Spotify review. That would be really, really great. If you could just jump in 5 stars or 4 stars or 3, depending on what you think. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Really trying to get that rolling with everything else. Now, without further ado, the man with Croatian descent, from Adelaide, Australia, fighting out of Auckland, New Zealand. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Brando, the Balkan Bear Peričić. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, the new hottest prospect in the UFC, Brando Peričić. Mate, welcome.
Thanks for having me, bro. It's been a long time.
Oh, we were just talking about how busy you've been. You've been doing about 47 different interviews. I reckon you've caught up with every sponsor that is possible. How's it been since the victory?
It's been good, bro. I've been very busy, but it's a good problem to have. I'm just soaking it up and doing the best I can with what I have.
Now, you said post-fight you had a lot of messages to get back to. How many messages did you have to get back to?
I responded to you. It's been a couple months. Apologies for that. I don't hate ya. I just, when I'm in fight camp, I'm very quiet, and yeah, I like to do the interviews after the fight.
Nah, that's good because then then you can't be held like anything you say leading into the fight. We can't use
Yeah,
against you.
in the court of law. Yeah.
Now, a lot of fans. Like, how many messages would you say, and were they all good?
Oh, I haven't received any negative. Oh, actually, I received one negative one.
What is
So
that?
I sent the lovely fella a nice little photo. So
What do you
won't go into
say?
details. Won't go into details, but yeah, nah, it's overwhelming support and just a lot of love. So I'm very grateful.
Did I also see on social media that you caught up with your mum? You haven't seen her for a year?
Yeah, my mom, my grandparents, sister, friends. Mate, one of my best mates had a baby, and yeah, she's almost 1 year old now. So I haven't even met her until the other day.
So that was your year return to Adelaide?
Yeah.
Jeez,
So,
how was that? That makes you, I think you might be top 5 most famous people in Adelaide already.
mate, top 3 at least. Nah. I tell you what, bro. I got stopped so many times in the airport, and the one good thing was there was a massive line in the security, and one of the security guards noticed me. He's like, "Oh, Balkan, come here." And I jumped the line, bro. I'm like, "Oh, fame's kicking in." I feel like Israel Adesanya just bloody skipping the line. But yeah, nah, good. Oh, and then when I landed in Auckland, there was this guy, and he's like, I won't do an accent, but he's like, "Oh, Brando, mean pukana," and then he did a pukana for me. I was like, "It's happening. They're gonna do a haka for me." My dream is that they're gonna do a haka for me at the airport.
That was a bit of post fight as well, celebration. Are a lot of people confusing thinking you're married?
Yeah, or Samoan. Apparently, Samoans throw up S's. I don't know what S's are, but oh mate, I'll take all the support I can get. I might walk out to some Indian or Chinese music for my next fight and get some of those fans over.
Collect them.
Some Brazilian, some French, everything.
It's the Mexican hat.
Yeah.
Like, just is it hard trying to, because you got to rep Adelaide, obviously Croatia, and then you've got New Zealand as well. Is it hard to try and bring it all with you?
Mate, I'm just I love people, so it's not hard for me. I'm just being myself fully, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. Like I got a lot of different friends around the world, and yeah, I have a lot of support. So I'm very grateful, and mate, just what a life, brother.
You know one thing you don't lose is the Adelaide accent. You and Antonio Caruso sound identical.
You know why? Because I go to Adelaide for a week, right? So sorry, I land in Perth. I got a Kiwi accent, so I hang around some Aussies, and then that changes back to an Aussie accent. It's like proper. And then I go to Adelaide. I hang around a bunch of wogs, and I get this wog accent. So I don't know. I travel around, and then the accent just comes along. So
nah, that's fair because I'm in Perth now, but I grew up in Darwin, which is real like it's got like almost like lazy mouth where everyone's like, "Yeah, man, what do you want to do?" Like, and it's like this real. And when I go hang out with my friends, I sound real posh at the start, and then when I come back, it's like,
mate, you should have heard me at the business meeting I had this morning. I was like a professor. Didn't swear once. Can you believe
really?
it?
Damn.
Yeah, I said the C word 3 times on national TV for my debut. So
I was gonna say, how do you did the mum get mad at you for that or?
nah, mate, my mum says it more than me. Nah, she doesn't. But look, I'm just myself, and I was very emotional, and so much work went into that fight, and just the last 8 years, I just Man, I had a lot of adversity coming up to that fight, a few little injuries, and just I had to push through, bro. And mate, there's nothing like saying "cunt" on national TV, bro. It's the best feeling in the world, and especially in an Aussie crowd. They get behind you. They're like, "Fuck yeah," But yeah, look, it is what it is.
You gotta make sure when you go to them business meetings, you like really like white it up, and then when you get out, you just back to the bulk.
Yeah, then they show you the highlights of. So what's this? Mate, I get punched in the head for a living. I'm not a rugby player or a soccer player. Like I can say what I want.
Exactly.
And yeah. What do you
Yeah.
do?
It is pretty cool like that. I feel like even businesses are pretty cruisy with MMA. Like I feel like AFL, NRL, they have to like be something they're not, where you can literally just be like, hey, you can't.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's look like, mate, but like on TV, it's like you gotta have a bit of a filter, you know. You got a lot of kids watching and stuff, but at the same time, you catch up with any of the people in the UFC crowd, they're gonna be saying the same shit, speaking the same way. So yeah, you just be
Well,
yourself.
it's also funny too, because like if the ref's not there, you murder a man, but we get offended by swearing in a post-fight interview.
Mate, I'll tell you what, my ref, forgot his name, Beltron.
Oh,
Is it?
Mike Beltron.
Yes, yeah. Bro, he was in hospital the other day. Crazy.
Really?
But yeah, he had a full like a stomach surgery. It was crazy. I didn't expect to see that. So I don't know what happened after my fight, but obviously he wasn't in a good way. But he came up to me backstage, and he's a good guy. He comes up to me right in my face. He's like, "Mate, don't stop hitting him until I push you off." I'm like, "Mate, I'm not going to." Like, you better jump in quick because I'm gonna keep hitting him hard as I can, you know. And if it's not him on the floor, it's me. Like, oh, of course I'm gonna keep going.
I didn't ask you about this in the fight, but did you watch it back and it kind of looked weird, like he pulled like butterfly guard. Obviously he didn't.
He
but
didn't
like,
pull butterfly
yeah,
guard,
but like
bro.
what? But what happened? Was it you cracked him and then obviously like have you watched it back?
Yeah. I watched it and I heard the commentary. Yeah, he's pulled guard. He did not pull
There's
guard.
no
What
way.
happened? What happened was the first one stunned him. He made a noise. The second one, he made a louder noise, and the third one, he dropped to the ground because he was rocked. You know. And then when I got on top of him, he's trying to get his bearings. I can see his eyes are rolled. Eugene was screaming in the corner, "Get up, Bear! Get up! Stand up!" I'm like, "Fuck this!" I can see in his eyes that he's hurt. So actually, I just tried to control myself. I took a breath, got position, and I was trying to hit him with my right hand, but I feel like he could like sweep me or like, you know, scoot me off. So I just planted my right hand on the ground. I used my opposite. So the first couple punches was just to find him, and then the last three was to really like put him to sleep, you know. So yeah, it's he was in pain, bro. Like I hit him hard, and my elbow is actually still sore. So yeah, crazy.
Did you tell Eugene you're the coach now?
Nah, look, like Eugene said, I made the right call, and you know, you got to use your intuition and trust your instincts. And you know, as a coach and a fighter, you have a relationship. You're supposed to merge your styles together. So.
I mean, it's been like 8 years, and like we said, you could have been in the UFC fucking years ago, but you had to find fights regionally. It was so hard. Was it more freeing walking out or the actual victory? Like, when did it really just you feel relaxed?
Mate, when I walked out, I've never been so calm and happy for a fight because there was no pressure on me. I'm here. All I had to do was get to the UFC, and the rest will take care of itself. I believe in myself. But what the problem was, fighting on local shows, I was more scared then because it's like the pressure of I need to beat this guy spectacularly in the first round or second round, and if I lose, it will set me back a year. You know what I mean? So, and when you don't get fights regularly, you know, you fight once a year, it's not good enough. Like now, I can fight 3 or 4 times a year. So, you know, I'm still learning on the job, and I'm going to get better and better the more fights I have. I've already learned so much just from that one fight. It was only 2 minutes, but I learned so much, and I'm going to take that into the next fight. And we're just going to keep compounding. We're going to keep rolling.
Yeah, it was very, very similar situation. And Navo Sterling cops a bit as well. But in a way, he's learning on the job as well because he was like you. There was no one even though your fights, like, I think you've got really one really good one, which is the Randall Raymond fight, which you would have learnt heaps from. And the rest are guys that just have the balls to fight you. And they're not guys that necessarily like you probably should have been fighting. I really like sympathize with guys like yourself because you cop so much shit. Oh, he hasn't had that many fights. But how hard was it to find fights regionally?
Oh, look, I don't really care what people say because they couldn't do what I do, and they couldn't have survived what I survived. You know, mate, we've paid so much money to get fights and to pay people, and like, bro, when you're making nothing on a promotion, right, and then you got to come up with 10 grand to pay your opponent to fly him to, you know, to fight you, it's fucked. You know, so we did that for years, and It's frustrating, but you know what? I don't care. I am in the UFC now. Right? I'm a UFC heavyweight, and I'm gonna show everyone. I'm gonna smash everybody. I'm gonna show everyone how good I am. And all these, bro, even on YouTube, I was watching like post fight predictions, and then pre fight predictions and post fight recaps. Bro, these people and the way they talk and what they talk about, they got no idea. You know what I mean? So I had a laugh. It was great. It was great. It entertained me for about 2 hours. It was great.
I mean,
So
man, you talked about obviously like the sort of pressure regionally, to get to the UFC. I wanted to sort of take you back to the Randall Raymond fight. Still one of the best fights I've seen, especially at heavyweight. You watch it. I think that almost showed more to me about you than anything regionally. I loved it. Obviously, it set you back a year, like you said.
yeah.
How hard was it to unfortunately lose that bout and have to? Did you think it was all over, or what was your thought process?
Nah, not at all. It was fuck, bro. Like, I had a lot of issues with the training camp, and I knew it was going to be a 50-50 fight. Randall was very tough, very experienced, and I knew I only had one round to really get him out of there because I had a few issues. So, as I said, I'm not going to go into those, but yeah, like, bro, I did the best I could. He was a better man on the night, had the more experience, and that experience really got him through that fight. And he's tough, he's durable, and that will never happen again because I learned so much from that fight. I'm very thankful for him because, yeah, like I said, I learned so much, and those mistakes won't be made again. But yeah, like that happened for a reason. If I won that fight, there was a UFC contract there waiting for me. I would have taken that UFC contract, and I wouldn't have been ready. I wouldn't have learned that lesson, and then maybe I wouldn't have had the debut that I had recently. You know what I mean? So I think, bro, like God's got a plan for me. Everything happens for a reason, and I'm just grateful for everything, all the ups, all the downs. So yeah.
Did you? And that's a great way to look at it. Was it hard at the time though to sort of tell yourself?
Of course, like how much shit I copped after that from, like even some people that were close to me. It's hard to see, but end of the day, I found out who the real ones are and who the fake ones are. And I found out a lot about myself, and bro, I've been down so many times, but you can't keep me down. I'm always gonna come up. I'm always gonna come back. And I come back harder, So like I've made so much improvements in 1 year, and it's all thanks to that fight. If I won that fight, I wouldn't have made those improvements. So I'm happy where I am, and yeah, I'm just ready to go, brother. Like I'm trying to fight in November and December. I'm going for it. You got to think the heavyweight division is so shallow. I am 2 or 3 fights away from a title shot.
I've said that. Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's like yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm fucking ready. If I get that call, I'm gonna make sure I'm ready because I want to represent my countries, and I want to make everyone proud of me. Like the people that support me, there's so many of them. I want them to be a part of it.
And I like that as well because, like you said, the heavyweight division really is like one solid year of you just sparking people, especially if you finish them the way there. We literally could see you fight for a title like early 2027, maybe even end of 2026. That's how ridiculous it can be.
Mid-2026. I've got it in my notes. Like I said, I'll get in the UFC 2025, and the next thing after that was to fight for a title, or an interim title in 2026. So that's the goal.
Are there any guys that you go, I'd love to fight him to know where I'm at?
100%. I had call outs ready to go.
Why didn't you pull the trigger?
Because you can only say so much, and I wanted to say the most important things to me. So that was obviously, talking about my cousin, and then obviously talking about my mates, my mate as well. So that was, for me, that was the most important thing to get that off my chest because it's something I've been wanting to say for a long time. And yeah, like I was in a emotional state which I'm not normally in, and it was just like a relief, and I was happy, I was sad. And it wasn't I didn't feel it. It wasn't the right time. So after my next fight, I make a statement. There's going to be some call-outs.
I love that. And I feel like it fit perfectly because coming out of that weekend, you came across as the most sort of deep. Like you were very vulnerable. Why did you feel that almost like the environment was so welcoming for you to be so vulnerable.
Oh, look, mate, I'm a man. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't really care what people think or say. I am what I am, and I'm just gonna be me. And mate, there's so much has happened in my life. I know I can use this platform to help a lot of people. And if that takes me speaking about my troubles, my past, the things I've been through, if I can help someone else, I will. So, mate, I shed a few tears, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, if you laugh at me, cool. Don't care. You know what I mean? So, but I had a lot of messages from a lot of people, and mate, I spent the whole day replying to people because there's a lot of people out there struggling and who've had like rough upbringings and who's doing it tough now, and it just takes a few words, from someone like myself, and it can change someone's life. Same as what Izzy did for me. A few words changed my life, brother. He believed in me. He said some nice things, and it just sparked something in me. So if I can do that for someone else, that's what I'm looking for.
What'd he say?
Look. When I met him the first time, it was a good question. When I met him the first time, City Kickboxing, I just lost the fight. I got TKO'd from the guy I just beat 4 months prior, and it was embarrassing, bro. You know what I mean? And I can say I didn't train, which is true, but end of the day, it doesn't matter what happened. You lost, and so when I went to the gym and I sparred him, he just said like, "Bro, you're amazing." Like, and he wanted to bring me over to help him for the Pereira camp, and he said he was going to pay for everything, and just believe in yourself, back yourself. Like, you got so much potential. You're young. Heavyweights can go forever. Like, so just he said so many good things. There's some things I'm not going to say on camera, but man, that guy, he really changed my life. And the same goes with Tyson Pedro. I met Tyson Pedro, and I came to City Kickboxing. Within 3 months, I'm walking out in the UFC in Perth in his corner, and he's showing me everything, and just he's telling me to be positive because I was in a bad headspace then as well. You know what I mean? Like, he said to me, "Be positive, and just you can do this, you can do that," and that changed my life. Just having a few good people around me just changed my life.
Yeah, Izzy cops so much shit sometimes, but man, I don't think people know. Like, he flies out like the entire gym.
Bro. There's so much that people don't know about Israel. Mate, I've seen him. I've seen him do so much for so many people, and he doesn't post it. He doesn't talk about it. But even Tyson's the exact same person, and that's why I do things like that, because I've seen how much of effect it has, and it's just good karma. It comes back. It comes back to you. So and there's no better feeling than helping someone. You know what I mean? Like, why be a piece of shit? Why put people down, bring them down? I've never seen someone successful bring someone down, talk down to someone. It's always the losers. It's always the nobodies that do that. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you're in a gym, if you're a construction site, if you're, a copper, whatever it is, like, people that do that, they're just losers. You know what I mean? They don't want to see you succeed more than them. It's just crabs in the bucket.
Now, mate, picked up the performance of the night, $50,000. How good did that feel? And is it all gone?
Yeah, I put it on black, bro. I doubled it. Yeah, nah, serious. I put it on black. I doubled it at the casino, and now I'm 100 grand richer.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hand on heart.
Swear, bro.
Why would you do that?
Because I take risks. They pay off.
No, are you dead set serious?
Yeah. Nah, talking shit. See how you changed? See how you changed? Like, I can see you asking. You're about to ask for a loan. Nah, I'm good with money, bro. Like, I don't really gamble. I know I got some YouTube videos of me gambling, but that's just for the YouTube, I don't like gambling. It's a lot of people have problems, and mate, I might put $20 in the machine, but yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I don't really support it.
No, I was I was like, man, that clip's going to go viral.
Oh, some sports bets. So I'm pretty good with the sports bets. So I made some good picks, back in the day. So sports betting's all right. But I don't know. Casinos are dirty, but I don't really like them.
Well, I like gambling, like, obviously on myself because I can control it. But I also I like winning. I don't necessarily like money. So I'm okay with like a $2 bet. But if I'm like Balkan Bear, round 2, TKO, and I win, I'm more proud of that than like, oh, I won 10 grand. Do you know what I mean?
So get this right. The reason why I don't open messages before fights is like two things. You always get some idiot saying something, or you get people asking, like my pet peeve, right, for everyone out there. How are you feeling? Do you think you're going to win? Any injuries? These are the stupidest questions to ask a fighter. Because if I'm not doing okay, I'm gonna say I'm okay. If I've got an injury, I'm gonna say I don't have an injury. The other thing is, sending me your bet slips. Like, that is the worst thing you can do to a fighter. Like, I tell people to get fucked all the time because it's so annoying. You're putting extra pressure on me. And then people ask me, oh, well, how do you think you're going to win? And I say to them, oh, flying fucking armbar, Kimura or some shit. But I had two people send me bet slips, right? Randoms. They put 50 grand on me each, right?
Ooh.
So one was for a knockout and one was just for just a win. You know what I mean? So they got paid out. And then another guy who I met at the VIP. Actually, I can't say too much. But anyway, I met someone in Perth, right?
Yeah.
He goes, we were talking. He was asking me questions. Like, cool cunt. I really liked him. So when I saw that before my fight, it was like 2 days before my fight. I was thinking about it up until I walked out.
Yeah,
So,
and that's why when Eugene's like, no, stand up. You're like, no, I got to get this guy $500,000.
mate, that, like, it didn't pop up in my mind, but it was probably there, like, in the subconscious somewhere, And I was hoping he'll be a good fella, and he'll give me some of that 480,000.
Yeah, I thought that's a given. Like he has to surely. If they tell you,
he might sponsor me. He might sponsor me. Who knows?
That's the
comes
rule.
around.
That's the new public rule. If anyone
tells
you,
but you know what? That's the last time I ever give my prediction, because I was sort of not taking the piss. Like, I always go for a knockout, but I was taking the piss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck. Like, I literally thought I'll go 3 rounds, get some experience, just touch them up. But this is the fight game, so.
Well, I mean, I'm willing to put a prediction for every fight of yours for the rest of your career, which is first round knockout. That's probably what we're going for. That's probably
the odds aren't gonna be great because they're gonna catch on to it and they're gonna be paying out like $1.05.
Now, mate, you also shed some light on like living in your car. Are you currently living in your car?
That's another great question. These are very personal questions, my friend. I love it. Look. I moved out of the gym probably a year ago, and I was in an apartment, and then I moved out of the apartment, and I was sleeping in the car. And I'm currently looking for an apartment because I've got some money now. So maybe for another week, but I've got bills to pay, and I've got a fight camp coming up. I've got to pay for. So, this is funny you say that. This is my room, actually, back in the gym.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you where I used to live. So this is
MTV Cribs.
Yeah, so this is the old fridge. This is the old kitchen setup that I used to have. I made this. Right, there's the car outside. It's a Yaris. Yeah, a little red Yaris.
Is that your Yaris?
Yep.
How do you fit in that?
Just make it work, brother. So this is now storage room, and I built all the shelves. I'm pretty good with. Yeah, but this was it, bro. This is like my little prison cell. Got a little mirror here, some shadow box.
Oh, I love it.
Got the bear up there. Impress yourself, never give up. Brando Peričić, 620 days I spent in here.
Really?
Yeah, 620 days.
That's sick.
Yeah, so that's my life, and this is like all my belts, and that's a gym's belts. I've got some merch in here. Got some UFC gloves. There we go. But this is it, bro. I had a mattress on the ground. Had all these boxes up there with all my clothes and training gear. And then, Eugene used to come fucking bang on my door. Never used to let me sleep. But when I first came to the gym, This was all like leftover construction materials because the gym was empty. This was like a abandoned, place. So I moved all the stuff over the side, cleaned it out heaps, and then we had this one jiu-jitsu mat. I saw like a floor mat. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
But that's what I slept on for, good 6 months. I was like, fuck, my back's starting to hurt. So then, yeah, I bought a mattress.
Fucking hell.
But you know what? The first couple months was great. Like, I felt great. I was like, fuck yeah, this is some monk shit.
And your teammates must hate you, eh? They don't have a couch for you.
Look, I've you know what? A lot of people love me, but I've never asked someone for that. So, yeah, I'm not really that type of guy to ask.
Does that sort of stuff inspire you? Like you keep that in the back of your head, and when you're in mansions, you'll remember that.
Oh, when I'm in my mansion one day, I'm gonna take that plaque off. Because I actually put it up there because there was no door, there was no nothing. So I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna put it in my house somewhere, make a little thing.
Mate, that's inspiring shit. That's really, really cool. I like that. That's not just like, oh, I lived in my car for a day and I'm gonna use
Oh
that
yeah,
forever.
like Dan was funny this morning, bro. He's like paying me out about my speech. He's like, fucking hell, what is this bloody neighbors, or something? Like, he's like, oh, lived in my car. I really went camping for 2 days, but I lived in my car. I was like, fuck off, mate.
Yeah, love it.
It's funny.
Mate, that's hilarious. So, I mean, the other thing you mentioned, obviously taking out $100,000 loan. Did you also do that? And where'd that go?
Yeah. Look, I've definitely spent. To give you an idea, I've been doing this for like 8 years, right? And each year costs you between, say, when I first started, maybe like 60 to 80,000 a year to fight, and then when I came here, it jumped up to about 120, 130,000 a year because you have, a couple fights a year cost you 15, 20 grand each, then you got to pay for your living. So yeah, I would have spent $500,000 on my career, and then I had a van that got stolen, had no insurance on it, that was gone. That was 40,000. It took me 4 years to sort of save for that. That was gone in 6 months, and then I lost a lot of sponsors. They stopped believing in me. They stopped paying me. A lot of my good sponsors, like they stayed on. They believed in me, but I wasn't asking for much money then. And then it came to the point where I was like, I lost that Randall fight, and man, it wasn't looking good, and I was injured. I had to get a foot surgery. And there was like a 4-month period I was just doing it tough. And I just said, you know what, made it this far. I spent my house deposit on this career, When I left Adelaide, I had a house deposit. I decided to invest in myself. I said, let's just go get a loan. And that's what I did, And then that loan went like ages ago, right? So then when I was on the Contender Series, we had some issues. And I had to go to Perth, right? I went to Perth 3 times to sort out these issues, and I had to get a credit card, and it cost me like 15 grand. You know what I mean? To fly there, accommodation, fly back. So yeah, it is what it is.
Now, once again, ask many personal questions. You can tell me to get fucked at any point in time. But you mentioned court. I don't know what's results of that sort of situations, but will that ever affect you fighting internationally?
Nah, mate. That was like 10 years ago. Like that was nothing. I'm not a criminal or anything like that. I just did some, got on a stupid fight, and then that's it. It's not a big deal. But yeah, like the whole process of that was just fucking like it was like 2 years of bullshit.
Yeah.
It is what it is, but it's not going to affect my future. And there's just a lot of things that happened to me when I was younger. And it's just just made things was always so difficult, So
were you like an angry kid growing up, or?
oh fuck me, these questions, bro. Were you? Fucking hell. How's your relationship with your mum and dad? Fuck, mate. Nah, look. I was a young man. I think every young man, like, has not anger issues. I definitely didn't have anger issues, but I was just going down the wrong path. You know, just doing the wrong things, and I admit that. And you know, I don't want to go in details of things because it's personal, and the whole world doesn't even know about it. And it's my past. I'm focused on the present and the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not the same person I was a year ago, let alone
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago. You know what I mean?
Very, very true. How's your relationship with mum and dad?
I love my mum. She's the best. You know what I mean? She's the best. Like my mum is a sweetheart, and she does a lot for me. She misses me a lot, and it's hard to be away from her. You know, fuck, I'm a mummy's boy. You know, my grandparents as well. Like I've never seen my grandparents smile so much in my life. When I saw them, yeah, they're just proud of me, and it was really nice to spend a couple of days with them. And they're old. They're like 85, 87. I know every day I spend here chasing my dreams is a day that I lose with my grandparents. So I don't know how many days I have left of them. Maybe I see them one more time. Maybe I see them 5 more times. So I am fully aware that one day they're gonna die, and I'm gonna miss them a lot. So this is why, like, when it comes to family time, I'm very serious about it. And now I'm in the UFC. After every fight, I got money to go see them. I got money to bring them over to see me, because before I didn't. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what the money is going to go towards, is flying my family over.
It's really cool too, because you mentioned it as well before when you said like, I'm already a winner, whether I won or lost. It's pretty cool because grandparents don't give a fuck about the UFC. Like they
They
just
don't know what it is.
they don't care. But like they must be super proud.
Yeah, like a lot of their friends and like their friends' kids and grandkids, you know, they talk about me. They send the messages because my grandma's got a bloody Instagram. Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's like 80. She's got Instagram,
that's sick.
and she still can't spell my name right, but it's all good. Um, she's lovely, and it's just like they can see what I'm doing. They see me in a newspaper. They see me in the news, and they get it now. Like, he's not just a bloody fighter.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a sportsman. He's
Yeah.
something like, you know. Before when I was a kid, they're like, "Oh, you should be a doctor. You should do this." I'm like, I don't have the brains to be a doctor for starters. But even if I did, I wouldn't want to do it. You know,
Yeah.
and I can make so much more money fighting than I can being a doctor or
Yeah.
president or whatever.
Yeah. Plus, you can tell them that you're helping doctors out by sending people to see them.
Yeah, well, technically, I am a concussion specialist, so I do work with brains.
like
You know,
like a neurologist. Yeah, I
yeah,
like it. I like it.
100%.
Mate, last invasive question, I promise. I got to talk about it. I normally hate doing the clips of stuff, but it was such a beautiful moment when you talked about it 4 years ago, gun to the
Yeah.
head. What made you, first of all, share that with everyone?
Oh, just because it's the truth and it's my past and it's something that it's why I'm here today. And, you know, it's why I got to the gym because you know, like I told my coach about it, Richie, and we put a plan together. And I got out of Adelaide. That was the biggest thing. I had to get out of Adelaide, you know, because nothing was happening. And yeah, I just know there's a lot of men out there that struggle. People look at me, you know, big guy, always smiling, laughing, joking. The reason why I smile, I laugh, and I joke is because I'm not in that place anymore. You know what I mean? And it feels so good to get out of that place. And life is so good. Life is so precious. So I'm gonna enjoy every single day going forward. You know what I mean? Because I've been to the darkest, I've been to the bottom many, many times. You know, and it's somewhere that I used to live in every day. You know, for years and years, and it got to a point where I couldn't handle it anymore. I talked to people, I went to see people, and none of it was helping. And mate, like I've lost 8 or 9 now, friends and family to suicide since high school. You know what I mean? So it's basically like one a year. And you know, I've seen a lot of I get a lot of messages, and you know, like I don't want to get into it too much, but I catch up with a lot of people for coffees. You know what I mean? I'm in New Zealand by myself. I don't have my family here. I've got a few friends here, but we don't catch up. Like I'm training, so when I got some spare time, mate, I make time for people, and I've got a good heart. And it's maybe one of my weaknesses, but I know when I catch up with someone and talk to them, I can I can get them out of a bad place. You know what I mean? And and I always direct them to a gym because the gym saved my life. So if I can direct a few people to a gym around good people, good gyms, then mate, it can really change your life. And that's why I spoke about it because like I said, I was emotional and it's the truth. And I used to be ashamed about it. I used to be ashamed about speaking about it, but I'm not anymore. Like I'm proud of who I am now because if I didn't have all that stuff happen to me, right? If I like I wouldn't be who I am today. Maybe I'll be a piece of shit. Maybe I'd lie or steal. Maybe I just wouldn't be me. You know what I mean? So like it's funny because people say to me, mate, when you fight, you're a different person. It's like fucking oath. I'm trying to hurt someone. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to hurt me. When I every day, I'm just trying to love people. I'm trying to like, enjoy my life with my friends and my family, my team. And when I fight, I'm fighting for them. They're behind me. I'm protecting them. I'm the one walking out protecting them. If I go down, they go down. So I'm not gonna have that. So whoever's standing in front of me, I'm gonna take him out. And that's it.
Well, mate, I could talk to you for hours, but I'm pretty conscious of your time. I want to finish this interview off with sort of one question. I sort of ask everyone, but after it's all said and done, how does Brando Peričić want to be remembered in mixed martial arts?
Just one of the best heavyweight champions ever. Like I really believe I can become a UFC champion. And I really believe I can hold that belt for a few years. And that's all I need. I just need the opportunity. Like I'm very young as a heavyweight and in my career. Like, mate, I know what I can do. I just need to do it. And I just need a few years to master my craft. And yeah, the world's gonna know my name. And I will be a household name. And already, bro, like to me, I'm already successful. So whatever happens from here is just a bonus. And yeah, just another way I want to be remembered is just a good cunt. Like just a genuine good cunt. You know what I mean? Because I used to as a kid I was naughty, bro. So I'm not like that anymore.
Awesome, mate. I really appreciate the
I've
time.
got a question for you, mate.
Oh, all right. Sorry, we're out of time.
Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking, bro. You're all good, bro.
Nah, I'm as open as I'm an open book, mate. Open book.
Yeah.
Nah, mate.
Appreciate
Honestly,
it, brother.
It's been an absolute honor, and thanks for being a part of this therapy session. I hope you've enjoyed.
Mate, and you know what? If you ever need a chat, call me a few times and I'll answer. I won't reply to your messages, but if you call me multiple times, I promise you I'll answer you. Because I know it's serious.
Yeah.
So.
I'm only 7 calls away.
Yeah. Say 3. All right. 3, then I know you mean business.
All right, mate. See you later, sir.
Yeah, mate. Take care.